Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Bryce, and I'm back with another music review. This time, though, um, we are moving on from Aaron Schust. I still have not, as of yet, listened to his Doxology album, but we're gonna take a break from him anyway. I thought we would move on, change things up a little bit now to artists whose these guys are a little bit more known in today's Christian music industry, and that is um, a group of two brothers for King and Country. Uh, Something about the name of the that they have called their group for King and Country. I love that. That's just so patriotic of um, us as soldiers for the kingdom of God. It's awesome. But anyway, the so I did mention they are brothers, Luke and Joel Smallbone. They are from the country of Australia, and they have a very interesting style. It's not a pop style like Danny Gokey, but it's very soft. It's very passionate a lot of times, unless like especially on this album, it's one of their singles, and then they go like I don't want to say driving, but they're not quiet anymore. They shout out whatever it is they're trying to say. It's pretty cool. I've seen these guys live, and I was very impressed. Just all the different. I mean, these guys love their percussion. They have a daggone drum line that plays with them. I mean, it's awesome. Anyway, um, I'm going to get into their first album. They've only, as at the time of this recording, they have only released two albums, so we should be able to get through these guys pretty quick. Their first album is Crave. Uh, it was published by, let's see here, Word Entertainment. It's got the dates on here, 2012 and 2013. I'm not sure if the copy I have is like a deluxe edition that got released in 2013, or if they started it in 2012 and it got finished in 2013. I'm not entirely sure. Um, but anyway, about this album, there are 11 songs on here, and then it has two bonus songs, and I'll get into the bonus songs in a second. They're bonus songs in the sense that they really are alternate versions of the songs that are already on the CD. But the first one is Lighted Up. Um, the story is basically told in the first verse. I mean, and it whatever you can make out of the story anyway, because the style of this particular song, at least for me anyway, it seemed like it just can be difficult to make out the words. I mean, it's just, but there's nothing else in the song to paint the picture of what's going on. Your best clues are going to be found in the first verse. I do like the chorus though, but I mean, it's got a nice crescendo through the song. It's slowly starting to build and everything. It's nice. Um, the message is of not wasting another day because of a few bad ones, and other ones, sorry, in other words, if you have a few bad days, then don't waste the rest of your life because of it. Light when it's saying light it up, light your life up. Basically, is what it's trying to say. So overall, it's not a bad song. I just wish that they would have did a better job like in the other verses to elaborate on the on the situation of the whoever it is they're singing about. Anyway, let's go on to the next song, The Proof of Your Love. This is one of the singles that I'm aware of that exists on this album. The Proof of Your Love has a lot of good things going for it. First of all, there's cellos at the beginning, which is always a plus. Um, the verses that they are using for this song are it's quotes from 1 Corinthians 13, which, as we all know, is the love chapter, and the chorus is essentially a prayer to emulate that. Um, I very much love this song, and there's actually two versions of this song. This is one of the ones that has a bonus, or that one of the bonus tracks is this song with a little bit of a different twist. Um, when it comes to um, a part between the middle time they do the chorus and then the last time they do the chorus, in the regular version, there's like an instrumental bit of music that is played there. In the other version, and this is the one that gets played on the radio, there is a monologue in the bridge section, and this monologue is essentially it's quoting verses from that very chapter of 1 Corinthians 13, which I like, but I do have one little major problem, and that is that the Bible, the translation of the Bible that they are reading out of for this monologue mix is the Message Bible, and it even says so in the little booklet that comes with the CD. That's a problem because the guy who wrote the Message Bible, Eugene Patterson, he's not a very good character. We might have to do a Heresy Hunters episode about the Message Bible, but there's, thankfully the translation for 1 Corinthians 13 is not, it's not the worst. It's not like the really bad things that the rest of the Message Bible has to offer. So thank God for that. But at the same time, there's so many things wrong with the Message Bible we don't have time to get into. So it kind of loses points with me about that. But at the same time, it doesn't kill the point of the song, which, at least it's able to save face about that. But I still love the song regardless. Anyway, I need to move on. Let's move on to the third song, Missing. This song is about a guy who dumped his girlfriend and now has regrets about the way he acted. The piano kind of helps intensify the emotions of it later in the song. So my comments about this song and a couple of the other ones that are on here. I guess it's nice to have songs like this for, these situations, especially if he's talking about the way he acted and how he regrets it, and, I guess as a message for, people, don't act this way when you're in your relationships or whatever. I guess. I just, I don't know. I guess I can't really look at this particular song, and even a couple of the other songs that are on here that, like I said, we'll get to. I would deem them okay to listen to, but I would still deem them almost secular music, because there's no mention of Jesus or God in any of those songs. So I mean, it's like, and I'm not necessarily coming against these songs. That's not what I'm doing. It's in one sense, it's nice that they are giving an option for, just for lack of a better term, good secular music to listen to as well. I mean, Skillet does that, but I I don't know. It just they seemed so out of place, and even on their next album, they don't really do things like that. I mean, these songs just seem so out of place for this band that like I can't. I just I mean they're I guess they're really not bad songs, but it's just they're just not songs that I really could recommend to anybody. But I would say out of all of them, this one probably is the least appealing. That's just my personal opinion, though. Let's move on, though. Let's move on to Busted Heart, which is also known as Hold On to Me. I don't have much to say about this one. The beginning is really soft. It almost makes me think it should be like the opening credits to a movie or something. It's like that kind of, it's got that kind of feel to it. Basically, the singer is in bad times, praying that God won't let him go, which not much else you can really say about that. I mean it's okay for what it is. I mean it's just not, to me there's nothing. I hate to use the word catchy because that's not why we sing Christian music, but it's a song that if it just happens to come up on my iPod and I don't catch it and let it play, then it'll be like, oh yeah, okay, I will go ahead and let it play. I can listen to this song, but it's not a song that I'm going to be constantly going back to at all. Next up, track 5 is People Change. So this is another one of those songs I was talking about. It's like Missing. But unlike the guy in Missing, this guy who has regrets about his relationship is actually trying to win her back. Which I guess that's a step up from Missing. So I was like, okay, well, hey, good job, man. Good luck trying to win her back. And then you hear his argument that, well, people change. I mean, that's. Hold on, I gotta dig up the lyrics for a second right here. I apologize if there's extra noise or anything, but I have to read you this. This is this is so crazy. I mean, so the lyrics leading up to the chorus, if it's not too late, is it too late? Will you be there if I call? Will you leave me in the rain? If I say it's all my fault, will you still walk away? I understand if you're afraid. And then it goes to the chorus, but people change. And then it just says again, people change. So if this guy's strongest argument is that people change, and that reason alone is why she should come back to him, I dare say he's in trouble. I don't think. I mean, really, because that does just to me just does not sit as a strong argument at all. It's like people change. Okay. I mean, first of all, what have you changed into? Have you really changed? I mean, that's just not a very good argument. It's like okay, you're trying to win her back, but it's like that's really the best you've got, dude. I mean, you're almost better off finding somebody else if that's all you got, because I don't think she's gonna take you back after that. I'm just saying. All right, let's move on. Track 6, Middle of Your Heart. This is the other single on this album that I am aware of. If there are any other singles that are on this album, then I apologize for not addressing them, but those are the only two that I'm aware of. Middle of Your Heart. God, I love this song. The singer is well, the singer is basically at a point of giving up. I mean, he's saying, take me where you want as long as I am with you. That's essentially the song in a paraphrase. I mean, it's the lyrics are fantastic. The music itself it's just has a great balance to it. It's got the driving verses and then it switches to the halftime choruses. I mean, it really is a well written, well put together song, and it just is a gem in the midst of this album. Um, uh, Whenever I finally start, oh, by the way, I maybe should go ahead and announce this. I'm in the process of getting things situated where I can set up a YouTube channel and record myself playing drums to some of these songs. And Middle of Your Heart is probably one of the songs that I'll be playing. So whenever I finally get around to playing that, um, you'll you'll hopefully will see for yourself why I enjoy that song so much. Anyway, let's move on. Track 7, Love's to Blame. Um, Fun fact about this song is that for any of you Rebecca St. James fans out there, she actually had a hand in writing this song, which I guess makes sense. I mean, she's Australian too. I was never really a Rebecca St. James fan. I know a lot of people liked her. I just I have nothing against her. I just could never get into any of her music. But this is the third song about a broken up couple. Um, I wonder if one or both of these guys were going through breakups at the time. I mean, because I really. Uh, this time, the guy claims that it was best for them that they broke up, and the reason why he did it is because he still loves her. In other words, it's like that one part in Beauty and the Beast, or even in Shrek 2, where it's like, if you really love her, you'll let her go because you know it's it's almost like saying she deserves better. So I mean, if you love her, you will give her the best, and obviously that's not you. So you break up with her. So I mean, that being the case, I would think that this guy would be a little bit more broken up about it, but it just doesn't sound like from the tone of the song, like the way the guy's singing about it. It just doesn't. I don't feel a sense that he's that broken up about it. I mean, if I had to give up somebody that I really loved for because it was for her best or whatever, I'd still be pretty broken up about the fact that I had to do it. And this guy just does not seem to. This guy just doesn't seem to be that broken up about it. But anyway, I'm becoming redundant. Um, Next song, Fine Fine Life. Does have a cool little intro to it. I'm not going to spoil it. I'll let you guys go and listen to that. But this one's just a weird one. Like, I mean, I actually have to admit that I'm a little stumped by it. I think that what they're trying to say is that God can use everything for His good, but I mean, they just don't really make it that obvious in this song. I don't know. I mean, I really don't have too much to say about it, but I mean, I don't know. The other songs I was talking about seemed out of place just because that it just doesn't they don't fit the kind of songs that For King and Country is known for singing. This one just seems even more out of place than those. I mean, I don't get it. Um, the next song is Sane, and there's really not much to say about this song, but I do like this song because, um, from what I personally believe about the song, from what it looks like, is it's from the perspective of Jesus, and it's addressed to a girl who was violated as a child. That's a heck of a heavy topic, and I'm I'm really glad that they decided to go there because there's not a lot of songs that talk about things like that, or even if they do talk about it, they kind of mention it in passing. They don't really get specific with it. I think the only other one that I know of that comes pretty close to doing that is a song called "Broken Girl" by Matthew West. Um, and that's what this song saying reminds me of, and I really like it. I mean, it's the song from Jesus' perspective is basically saying, this is not going to define who you are, what happened to you. People may lie, and the devil may lie to you and slowly drive you insane, but no, I'm saying that you are still sane because this is not going to define you. I really like that. Um, we're gonna move on. I only got a couple other songs here. Pushing on a Pole Door is next, and I like the title of that. Just not even getting into the song. I just like the title of that because I mean it's it's original. Whenever people are able to come up with something original in uh at this point in time when so many ideas have been used, I mean, I really can appreciate that. Um, the message is from the Lord to let go of control and give it to Him. He'll do what He has to get you to see the necessity of whatever it is He's doing. And I mean, because when you're trying to go against Him, when you're trying to do um, what it is you want to do, and you're operating outside of the Lord's control, it's essentially the metaphor is like it's pushing on a pole door. Hey, let me ask you guys a question, like to kind of just help push this point. Have you ever been to like a Wendy's or something, or something, or some kind of like fast food restaurant where it has both a push and a pull door for your entrance and exit, or even not even a fast food restaurant, maybe even like an office building or something? And have you ever just like been not paying attention and you tried to like push on a pull door or pull the push door and it's not going anywhere and you're just kind of standing there like an idiot? That's essentially what we're going for here in the message. I mean, that's what you look like when you're trying to operate outside the Lord's control. It's like, dude, really, it's just so much easier to pay attention and follow the signs. Just saying. The last song is Crave, and this is the other song that has an alternate version in the bonus songs. The original version is called Crave, and the bonus version actually has a different title. It's called Hope is What We Crave, which is it's a lyric from the song Crave. The only difference between the two songs is that one of them is strictly piano and singer. That's Crave, while Hope is What We Crave actually adds more instruments. It actually adds guitars and drums. And both versions are fine as far as musicality goes. I prefer Hope is What We Crave, obviously, because it adds to the musicality. But honestly, I do like having the option too, though, because like for a more, I guess, praise style, like when you have more of a praise moment going on with the Lord, then you can use Hope is What We Crave. But when it's starting to lean, I guess, a little bit more intimately, you can use the Crave version where it's just the piano. So I mean, I like having that option. It's really nice. As far as the what it's about and everything, basically the singer is out of hope and asking for God's grace to give him hope. I mean, I think we can all relate to that at some point in our lives. Often when we get saved is how it is. So I mean, yeah, it's a good song. I do like it. Um, so that is the album Crave. Um, my favorite songs from it. Of course, I love Proof of Your Love. Middle of Your Heart is probably even my favorite from the album. Um, would also recommend, just based off of the other songs on the album, I would also recommend Sane for the ones that you know who have been victims of that, and also I do like the whole thing going with pushing on a pole door. It's it's not spanned. It's not grand or spectacular like Proof of Your Love or Middle of Your Heart, but it is, I don't know, for whatever reason I just have like a real appreciation for that song. So those are the songs that I recommend above the other ones. However, I don't have as much as I hate on some of the other ones. There's not any songs on this album that I say don't even bother with. I mean, you go ahead and listen to them, but some of them you're not really going to listen to more than once, or like, you're not going to listen to them a whole lot at the very least. Well, anyway, that's it for this musical review. Um, I think on the next time we get together, we're going to look at For King and Country's other album, and then we're going to move on to another artist. But for right now, I hope you enjoyed this music review. Stay tuned for all the other ones, and my name is Bryce, and I will see you next time.